For over a decade now, Codemasters' Dort series has been the pinnacle of what would be seen as the best of the best rally games. It takes some of the most realistic aspects of the game, but then also adds arcade style controls to make it a truly thrilling and enjoyable game. However, as the series went on, it started to go a little more on the arcade side and the sort of more of the American side of the bombastic racing, which was fine as well, but it did leave hardcore rally fans, the purists of the Colin McRae days, out in the cold. This is where the Dort Rally series sort of broke apart from Dort to the numbered series to the name Dort Rally. And Dort 5 definitely brings it more back in line with the bombastic style, but it does it in the best way possible with this new mode that I previewed called Playgrounds. For the laziest way to describe it, I would say Playgrounds is the racing aspect that you'd see in the GTA Online games, but then thrown into the Dort engine, and the results, to be perfectly honest, are really fascinating and definitely seems like something that will keep fans returning for a long time to come, should there be enough items and options for them to create to their wildest content. I didn't spend too much time actually playing in the Playgrounds itself, rather I was going through the player created levels. This would have been other people who had early access to this preview itself, so there wasn't a ton to play, but from what I played, it definitely brought me into a point where it's something I would regularly return to. Now, whether it be for 15 minutes or 5 hours, that remains to be seen, and obviously that comes down to the community, but it also comes down to Codemasters themselves supporting it. As it stands though, having these crazy ramps and jumps and unbelievably unrealistic layouts with a semi-realistic control it took some getting used to. At the start I felt like it was a series idea that would not click, but given that if people are looking for the purest rally racing, they have the Dort Rally series, and Dort Rally 2 in particular is just incredible, whereas Dort 4 was really enjoyable, but there was something about it that didn't keep up with others in the series, where I feel like Dort 5 definitely is going to be the one to watch. We have other developers come along with their rally games and have been getting drastically better over the years, including Kyloton's WRC series, but Dort 5 has something here with Playgrounds that takes all the more fun aspects of stuff like the Gymkhana from previous iterations and just explodes it out, both in from their side and from allowing the fans to do it. Like you have gate crash, you have checkpoints, you have a lot of different things you can do, and right now what it seemed like the options available were rather limited in terms of items. And you saw the red bus, like the red British public buses around a lot, and a lot of similar objects, but this is a preview and a very limited preview at that. But from what was created there alone, you still were able to have these really dynamic and challenging drift and rally races, or at least tracks. But then you also had these crazy ramps and jumps and cages that you had to drive along and around, and the result is quite fresh, which I say very surprisingly given what it is. We've had user generated tracks before. We have, well actually I said at the start of this video that it's like GTA Online, but this is really like the Trackmania approach, because you're mostly racing by yourself to get the best time. So this is, for actual better, for actually a better comparison, is Trackmania, and the most recent Trackmania came out recently, and it was pretty good, but here it just feels completely different. Well, Trackmania is all, like, I would say Trackmania feels very smooth and doesn't feel like you're always driving a car. This definitely does, and it is not as insane as Trackmania. I'm interested. I'm definitely more interested in this as a multiplayer aspect of a racing game than I have been in most others in a long time. And I genuinely look forward to seeing what happens when Dirt 5 launches later this year. So expect full coverage of the game when it comes out on this channel, and a review and everything else.